We wonder why we have no confidence, but we don't do anything intentionally to build our confidence. So what do we do about that?
Exactly. Well, we've got to work at it. And so today we have a 3-step pathway that you're going to start doing every day to build your confidence God's way.
So what's the first step?
Well, the first step is really truly about renewing your mind. And we hear this all the time in the Bible. It's Christianese. We speak like that. Oh, renew your mind, renew your mind. But what does it mean? Well, the reason it's important, for one, when we're talking about building confidence, is that feelings are not facts. And our feelings can lead us astray very, very quickly. I'm sure you've woken up in the morning and gone like, oh, it's not going to be the greatest day of my life. I don't feel good. I don't look good. All the things. And the fact of the matter is, those feelings, they're not the truth. Your feelings are valid, but your feelings do not necessarily represent the truth. And so we have to start examining our thoughts, because your life is moving in the direction of your strongest thoughts. So when those feelings are leading you astray, well, of course you have no confidence when you're telling yourself all these horrible things.
So what do you do about it then? Like, if your thoughts are leading you in the wrong direction, we have to do something about it. It means that our brains, our minds, the wires in our brains are crossed. And, we sometimes talk about uncrossing those wires. And that's what we have to do when we're renewing our mind. We have to get rid of the lies and go towards the truth. So if the wires are crossed, we need to uncross them. And that begins with renewing our mind. And when do we start it?
First thing in the morning.
When do we do it? How often do we do it?
All day, every day.
Every day, all day long.
It's about taking your thoughts captive, right? So if you find yourself having that first thought of, this or that, or, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't look good, I don't feel good, whatever it is, you got to stop that thought. And then you got to flip it around and find something that is true. And we often like to say, you are a beautiful woman chosen for greatness. So that can be a good place to start. And then claim that, because that's who you are.
Absolutely. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 to build confidence God's way is to honor your body. Now, when we say honor your body, we mean every aspect of your body. It means your relational health, your spiritual health, your nutritional health, your environmental health, your emotional health, your psychological health. It means every aspect of your body. So we need to work at strengthening our body, but we do that by honoring our body. When we honor our body, it means we're respecting ourselves, treating our body like a temple. That's another one of those Christianese phrases, but we need to do it. We need to break it down and actually think about what treating our body like a temple really means. What does it mean?
Well, we like to say that it's about viewing food, for one, as fuel. And it's about thinking about what we're putting into our mind, into our bodies, into our souls, because what we consume, as all of those things, right? The content you're consuming, the food you're consuming, the self-talk you're consuming, all of those things kind of like create what comes out.
That's right. It actually bubbles up and it comes out. You've heard the saying, garbage in, garbage out. We like to say garbage in, garbage stays, garbage has babies, and the babies keep multiplying. So we have to renew our minds. We have to honor our bodies. And let's go on to tip number 3.
But I think we first need to talk about, what does that have to do with confidence, right? What does honoring your body have to do with confidence? Well, think about yourself. A lot of times when you don't feel confident, it's because you're not confident in how you look or how you feel. Okay. If you don't feel well, you don't usually feel very confident. If you don't feel like you look very good, if you feel like you're overweight, or you're having a bad hair day, or you're self-conscious about the outfit that you chose, those things can rip your confidence away that fast.
That's right.
And so how we treat our body matters. The thoughts that we think matter in regards to our confidence. And that's why it's a pathway, right? We have to start with renewing our mind. We have to start with renewing our mind. Then we move to making those good decisions for the sake of honoring our body. And then we can move on to discovering joy in our soul, because it's really about mind, body, and soul. And so, we're called to find joy in all circumstances, but do we?
These 3 things, renewing your mind, honoring your body, and finding joy in your soul, or discovering joy in your soul, those 3 steps all lead to having more confidence in Christ. Because when we do them, well, the joy bubbles out.
Well, and we're living in alignment with what we value and what the Bible actually is commanding us to do.
And we're doing it intentionally. I think that's a big key. When we do it intentionally every day, then we're intentionally thinking about the thoughts when we wake up in the morning, and we're taking those negative thoughts captive. We're intentionally honoring our body, fueling our body with good food, and we're intentionally being grateful and finding and discovering joy throughout the day.
And just a tip for you, if you're struggling with joy, go do something for somebody else. Go bless someone else. Go serve someone else. Go use the gifts that God's given you. But here's the thing, you need confidence to be able to go do that. And that's why we have this pathway. And it's a pathway that we do every day. You have to renew your mind every day, all day.
You have to honor your body every day, all day.
Yeah. And then you have to constantly be finding joy, discovering joy, because we're called to do that.
It's very easy to slip into a complaining attitude. You know, we can get up in the morning and we can feel grumpy. We can feel grouchy. So if we do that, we have to be intentional about all three of these tips. And maybe you have to write down in a journal and start writing down some things you're grateful for, because even that will give you joy.
Exactly. So quick recap, your everyday, all day pathway: renew your mind, honor your body, discover joy inside your soul. And you know what? That is finding confidence God's way. If you're still here watching, we would love to ask you to subscribe, like this video, put a comment down below. Tell us, you know, if you are struggling with confidence and why you're struggling with confidence. What is the voice in your head that's saying like, ooh, I'm not confident because why? And so we just want to thank you so much for being here watching, and please subscribe, please comment. And until next time, treat your body like a temple, not a trash can.